All right, hello everyone. It's me again, Marcus. And before I'm about to go lift, but I just realized that I haven't made a video in a few weeks, so I was gonna make one really quickly. Probably be another 20-minute video, hopefully not. Um, but I have thought about a question that a lot of people have asked me, and so I'm gonna make it. And a lot of people have asked me kind of I why I learned German, so I'm gonna get into that here. Um, and I'm going to go lift. Um, but I guess there are different reasons that I learned it when I started learning it, and now I guess today that I have different reasons for learning it now. Um, I want to make this for another video for French as well, but for now German. Um, so I had started learning German in college, and so I guess. But before college, I was always curious about the language, and I had taken Spanish in high school, and when I went to high school, there was only the option of taking Spanish and French, and I chose Spanish because it was the cool thing to do. I feel like I've said that before, but yeah, I just took Spanish classes, and I went to a different high school for a year, and they had German there, and the kids would speak German, and I would be like, wow, sounds like a really intense language, and I was always just really curious about the German language. Even the German teacher at that one high school, he was just an intense person, uh, Mr. Meyer or something, and so. I went to the university. I transferred to University of Missouri, and I had tried to get into a Spanish course, and I ended up taking German because there wasn't Spanish available, so I waited for a semester, and then I just started taking German classes. So um, just I don't know what it was about the language that kind of attracted me to it. Uh, maybe I think it's I don't know, maybe the sounds. I don't know. I guess for me, Spanish is a beautiful language. But in the States, I guess there isn't really an official language. English isn't the official language, so I guess we have the most spoken language here is obviously English, and then the second most spoken language is Spanish. So I don't know. I wanted to actually learn something that was more foreign to me, that's not spoken too much in the U.S. Um, so German kind of popped at me from that standpoint, and people would always use Spanish and English. What is it, Spanglish or something? And but people didn't really do that to German because I guess no one really knows German here in the States. Not too many people anyway. I guess some Amish people do, and people who maybe moved over here, they know a little bit of German as well. But it's really, really a foreign language to me, German. And so I actually wanted to learn a foreign language like that. Um, the I don't know, the sound of the language is really, really intimidating. If you don't know German, then it's really intimidating. Sometimes, if you do know German, it can still be really intimidating as well. If someone's yelling at you or something like that. Um, but it's intimidating, but at the same time, it's really a beautiful, I don't know, like a masculine but beautiful language. And when I hear people speak it in a good way, not in a kind of teenager type way, then I love hearing it, and the more I've gotten into it, the more I've wanted to kind of dive into a dialect, and I think dialects of German are really cool as well, and that kind of motivates me to keep up with my German and keep up with that. Um, Another reason I learned German or started learning German is because um, I guess it's more of a personal reason. People, I don't know, whenever someone tells me I can't do something, I want to prove them wrong or prove him or her wrong. And, you know, there were I guess there were native Germans who said, oh no, you're never gonna speak German, you won't speak German, it's too hard of a language or something. And I wanted to prove them wrong. And there were, I guess, some of my friends here when I went to school, they said it was just a fad and they would kind of die out in a few semesters or a few years or something in school, and but I wanted to prove them wrong too. And I guess my parents, they didn't know that I had taken a course in German until I was in German 3. And so, man, what do you want with German? And I obviously want to do something with it, and not just learning. I mean, I was learning it for fun, just one semester at a time, and but they didn't think that I'd be serious with it, and so I proved them wrong. Um, I like proving people wrong for some reason. I guess that's normal. Um, but when I went to Germany for the first time and did one of my internships there, people started to realize that I was serious about the language, and that in itself motivated me. I guess before I went to Germany, I thought that I was awesome at German. I thought that, oh wow, I'm getting hundreds on all these tests, and I'm acing these classes. It's really easy. Eins, zwei, drei. Wow, I speak German perfectly. And so I went to the first city I went to was Heidenheim, and I realized that my German was pretty terrible, to be honest, and so that was necessary, for work experience and stuff like that, but also to put me in my place. Um, and I realized for the first time that I could somewhat understand these people, these Swabians, these Germans, and but I wanted to really understand them, and that really motivated me to really get involved in the language more, and so I mean, I could really just really speak to these people without using English. Um, and when I was there, my German it was all right, but it wasn't how I wanted it to be, and and I guess I don't know what do we do when we learn a language, just a little bit at a time, and eventually we look back and we look down. It's like, wow, I've really progressed in this language, and that kind of motivated me to do that. Um, and so just I don't know, the fact that I had friends over there, and I had met people who didn't speak English, and that motivated me more to speak German. It's like, wow, I really want to learn German so I can actually, speak to my friends in a more, in a deeper, less superficial way. And so I came back to the States, and I was here for a bit, and I worked a little bit, and finally got enough money to go to Germany for 3.5 weeks, and the hard work paid off. I ran into one of my friends on the street. I didn't tell him that I was going to come over there. I was going to see him at work, my friend Manfred, and really surprised him and spoke to him. And when I don't know, when you can't speak to somebody, and then a little bit later you can speak to somebody, and I guess not as if you were like a baby, like babies can't speak and then they can speak. Like they're not gonna think about, oh, when I was a baby I couldn't speak. But I consciously knew that I couldn't speak to this guy a year and a half before, and then I was speaking to this guy pretty well, and I knew what he was saying and stuff like that, slang, etc. It just really made me thankful for putting the effort in the language. But and kind of made me want to learn the language even more. I'm addicted to this language. Um, so why? I guess mostly for friendship and what else? Like now, the language has become such a big part of me that I can't really think about my life without German. I got that flag. I guess the second time I went to Germany, I got that flag. I got the Bavarian flag as well. I wouldn't have had that without having learned German. Most of my books I got because of learning German. Even like my notebooks I got from Germany, um, and I don't know. Like I can't imagine myself without it, so I might as well use it as a huge part of my life. Like people ask me why I learn German. It's like asking someone why do you eat? Because you're hungry and you need your calories and stuff. So I need my German calories, so to say, and to just feel good. And I think everyone needs something to set himself or herself apart from others, and that's my thing. Um, a lot of people kind of reduce me. They just think I'm a meathead or something like that, and so you know, it's a good brain exercise as well, and that's another reason why I learn it, just to keep the brain working and to keep digging and digging in the language, because I guess no one can really know every single word in the language or every single saying in a language, but it's a game that I play, and you have to keep the mind busy, you have to keep the body busy. So this is one way that I keep my mind busy, um, and it's I don't know, it's a treasure to me, even to learn words that aren't even used anymore, or words that are dialect or stuff like that, and I guess I don't know, I'm just in love with the language basically. And let's see, why else do I learn German? I guess now it doesn't hurt to speak a foreign language, and I'm trying to get a job abroad. I'm trying to go to France actually, um, but it would be so, I guess, not shameful. I guess it would be really bad if I let what I have in German now just kind of go to waste. So that's why I still learn it, just so that the language doesn't disintegrate in my head, because that would be so embarrassing, if I were to, if I could speak with someone this time and then I let the language disintegrate over years and then I couldn't speak to that person anymore. That'd be horrible. Um, but it does look good on a resume to speak a foreign language, even though it's more of a pleasurable thing for me to learn German. And even though I'm trying to go to France, it's still important to keep your German up, because who knows, I might be able to use English, German, and or English, French, and German in France. The more, I guess, the more the merrier. And even though my French isn't that good, but yeah. um, but I think, let me see, why else do I learn German? I guess the literature. I'm a fan of philosophy, and I guess it's better for me, in my opinion, to read literature in the original language in which it was written um, in which it was written, and so like I'm a fan of Nietzsche, and so I want to read his stuff in German, not in English. So that's another thing. So literature, and I don't know, just hearing the language. I mean, still, um, it was a foreign language to me when I first started learning it, of course, and it's still foreign to the extent that it's not my native language. But um, let's see, it's not as foreign to me anymore. Like I feel like it's like a part of me, and if something's a part of you, an important part of you, then you can't really let it go, and you can't really you know cut it off of you, so to say, because the German language is deep in my heart. So if you want to get me out of German, you have to pretty much cut my heart out, which is not going to happen. So yeah, so I guess German's a part of me, and yeah, I think that's enough for this video. Um, Let me see. I have to make sure that I said everything I wanted to say. Yeah, I guess I learned it now just for friendships, like for the friends that I have over there, because I have more friends in Germany than in the States, which is kind of weird because I live in the States. I've lived here almost all my life, and but future friendships as well, because you learn German. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like you pick a language, and it's kind of like a road that you're going to take to the future. Like you have a path this way, you have let's say you have Spanish this way, you have German like a different way. So I just chose this route, and I'm sticking to it. I'm taking the German French route right now. But yeah. Okay. Because a lot of people have asked me that question, like why I learned German. So um, just, I don't know, the complexity of the language as well. Um, just comparing it to my own language. I guess learning a language, you could learn a lot about your own language. Sometimes I have to translate, you know, even though English is my native tongue, sometimes I have trouble with my own language. No one's perfect in their own language anyway, but sometimes, oh, how do you say this in English? And they tell me in German, and I understand it in German, and it's like, oh, I don't know how to say that in English. So I look it up, and then I know that my English is a little better. So um, German has actually helped my English in a certain way, and it's helped my French as well. Just translating stuff online and talking to friends and stuff like that. Um, so another reason to learn it is because it helps my native language, even though I care more about German and French than English by far. Um, so yeah, what else? Yeah, I guess I learned it because it just made me who I am today. Made me more disciplined because you have to be disciplined when you learn a language, and you apply that to other things in your life, be it a job or exercise or anything else, or a relationship or something else. Everything requires some discipline, and I guess you need motivation as well. So yeah, you take the motivation you have for one thing, which is for me German, and you kind of apply it to other things. So yeah, all right. I think that's enough for this video. Um, More videos to come soon, I hope. So I'm going to go train right now, and maybe I might make a video when I come back. So yes, I will hopefully see you all soon. Ciao.